Okay, let's see. You say about 15 seconds, you said? Well, folks, it says we're live, and I can see my screen myself here. And tonight, I'm just going to go over a few things. I'm also letting you know that I'm going to be speaking probably not as fast, but a little slower than normal. The reason, the fact is, I do not want to cough, and sometimes it has a tendency to go ahead and is I'll cough if I go ahead and talk a little too fast. Uh, all right, and on top of that, all right, Mr. Technician, I'll talk to you in a little bit, sir. All right, folks. Good night. Good night. Hello and good evening. Thank you for being here tonight. Again, I was saying a few minutes ago that on top of this, I'll be speaking a little slower tonight. And due to the fact is that because of the fact I've had a cold and I'm recovering over it right now, and I do not want to cough, especially if I don't have to. I just want to say thank you very much for being here. And tonight I want to go over a couple of things. Let's say it's real talk. What I mean by real talk is this. Why is it that when people go ahead and buy the hoopla, which means the hoopla like someone's saying, okay, great, we have this super duper product, whether it be corporate credit, cash credit, business credit, it really doesn't matter. But what is it that with the hoopla that a lot of you go ahead and decide to buy from the hoopla when you get stuff sometimes offered to you with no cost? Now, if you're looking for something that's going to cost, even here at Corporate Credit Blueprints, we can go ahead and charge you even for the basic stuff a lot of you pay for. Why would you want to pay for something $14, $15, even $5,000? Nothing wrong with the price, but why pay for the something that's up front that's free? Free. Maybe free is too expensive for a lot of you. Don't understand it. I'm not saying anything about us because we haven't even offered to charge anybody anything. But we're looking forward is to go ahead and have you build your corporate credit because, again, you're going to get to a point you need to grow. But in the beginning, if some of you are working with a shoestring budget and you want to go ahead and get your credit, but you're always frustrated saying you can't. Well, you can't is only when you say you can't. There's nothing in the world that you cannot do unless you decide you don't want to do it. See, people have a lot of worry and they believe in their personal defeat and despair by worrying. Well, let me ask you this question. How are you ever going to get yourself out of an epidemic if you don't even have the courage to take a step forward? All I'm saying to you folks is this. See, certainty, I've been telling you this in the last weeks coming up to this because 2021 is going to be here. It's going to be the same program, folks. You're going to still have the coronavirus. You're going to have all this other stuff. If you always do what you've always done, you'll always be where you've always been. Remember this. One of the things you want to begin to look at is that certainty is the new currency. If you're not going to have any certainty in your life and be the leader in your family or the leader for yourself so you can lead a family eventually, those of you say you have corporate credit and you're doing well, really? So you're trying to tell me you can't grow anymore? You can't expand your mentality? You name one entrepreneur that's making over $308 million a year did not get themselves someone that was a coach or asked them to coach them to get them where they're going. Because it's how you think. It's how you look at the world. I'm not talking through rose-colored glasses. Do you have really the necessary funds to blow? To blow on a business that if it doesn't work out, what are you going to do then? You won't be able to write anything off. But the corporate credit is COP. So you must remember all the things about building corporate credit is OPM. Forget about what I just told you. That's something else. But OPM, other people's money, this is the only foundation that you can build anything. At the end of 9 to 18 to 24 months, you can have between, I'm going to go the bare minimum, 50 to $500,000. Now, granted, it takes a process. I'm not saying it doesn't, but here's what I want you to remember is that when are you going to take the first step? Those of you say you're coaches and consultants, what are you consulting them on? See, this is one thing I've noticed in the industry all together by watching it over the years since 1985 till now, is I'm going to say something boldly that's probably going to upset a few people, but you're stingy. You think by giving a client to any corporate person that's going to build their business for them and corporate credit for them, is going to take away from you. Are you crazy? Do you realize that people that refer me, that are refer their clients to me, I always send them back there. Say, great, go spend some money with them now. Here's one of the things you want to begin to look at. We have clients that are actually doing way better than what in some areas because some move quicker, some decide to move slower. But here's the thing. If you can run the race and get through the first 90 days with us, you will begin to receive the cards you need to start building. What if I told you, by the time in 90 days, you can start getting certain cards that are available to you? I don't show them yet because here's the thing. Why string you along if you're not going to do the work? We're here showing you and doing the work for you, which means we're giving the information. And on top of that, we're not here to go ahead. We're not holding your hand because you're not paying for that. So you don't realize some people pay us $3,500 to go ahead and hold their hand for everything I'm giving you from the beginning to scratch, to hold their hand. Doesn't mean I'm going to go through the business aspects of it. Because if you need, like, you're going to learn about payroll and why you need payroll, but how to set it up, that's a whole nother game. It's a whole nother cost. It's not how to do it. We just take you up to the point so you can build your credit. But everyone thinks, oh, this and that. No, you want to begin to understand a few things. Is that building your corporate credit is one of the most foundational things you can ever walk away with. And guess what? If you really have concerns for your clients, those of you who coach other people, and I know you have some people out there coaching for the credit, personal credit, and some business credit. I'm not asking for those guys that are already out there. I'm just telling you, if you want to grow to a whole nother level, ask them how they're going to get you to another level. Let's say they got you to $1.5 million in corporate credit. What's after that? How can they multiply it for you? How can they multiply it for you without personal guaranteeing it, like maybe you did already in the beginning? Ask them how you get out of it. See, I keep talking about this due to the fact is that it seems like some people just really don't understand how simple it really is. Is it tedious? Yes. The business credit benefits are awesome. You just want to begin to remember that through the whole course of building business credit, there's huge amounts of benefits. What are you going to do 2021? Are you going to be in the same boat you were this year? What about I know there's some good business opportunities out there. But how can you go ahead and chase them if you don't have the money to chase them? Or if you do, you use your personal credit and now you get in debt. And now guess what? You're going to use 30, 40, 50% of your credit. And now you're back from 800 to 550. Not that you have any bad credit, it's just that your credit obligation is too high. What I'm saying to you, I'm not sure what it is to motivate you or excite you. That's not really what I'm all about. My whole purpose of actually taking somebody from scratch in the beginning in 90 days to take them to places they haven't been before. This is the reason why at Corporate Credit Blueprints we do this. I actually challenge some of you on Wednesday. Bring your questions. Bring your questions on Wednesday. Bring the toughest questions you can come up with. if you've been shattered before, if you've been let down, if you've been told this, or you've paid that and nothing's come through, let's talk. Let's have some real talk. None of this nonsense, none of this hype. And I can't go ahead and hype up right now because I'm not going to cough. No way. It's horrible. Can't even breathe after you get done coughing on this whole mess. So, what I'm saying is tonight is about you. It's always been about you. We're not, like I said, we're not here to sell you anything, but I'm here. Here's the funny thing is I keep talking to most of you folks out there, and I'm talking to you. Yeah, you know who I'm talking to. You exactly know who I'm talking to. I'm talking to you, the one that has a dream and you keep putting it off. Why? Or you let your boyfriend, husband, other friend, or whatever it is, talk you out of your dream. Why would you allow someone to steal from you? Stop allowing someone to steal your dreams. Your dreams are too valuable. There's a price on it. Because look at how many dreams you let go by. Where are you at now? Some of you entrepreneurs out there, you have a lot of gifts to give, both mentally, emotionally, socially, spiritually, financially. Some of you can take someone from the beginning to have them become a millionaire. In business credit, we can get you to a millionaire status. And guess what? What are you going to do with it? Somebody says, oh, that can't be true. You're right. Whatever you say, you're right. It's kind of like this. The next level in your life is leadership. Leadership does not begin, and they get created. And each one of you are a leader and don't even realize it. You might realize it in some ways, but I'm talking ways you never even thought of. What about owning a franchise? What about owning your own business for whatever it will do for society? All because you started with business credit. There's so much out there. And all the business credit you're going to find out there is all basic the stuff we're giving you in the beginning. Because pretty soon, which means this next year, no more freebies. We're going to be like everybody else, which means this. Everybody else will sell you their dream of the business credit. We're going to end up giving you what is fair cost, whatever your dream is. Whatever you think your dream costs, that's what we're going to charge you. Because you know what? Usually people don't want to pay for what they get for free. You don't appreciate things until then. Do you even know what a social security number is? Like, really? Do you really know what it is? You really need to Google that to find out that you only have a couple of write-offs. Do you really know how to use a SS4 number, 1120? Do you realize how to really use that? Do you know how to use it? Do you know what it takes to use it? Do you know that you have lots of write-offs, limited liability, debt follows tax ID? That's one thing I even spoke to you about regarding this situation. A lot of you are very smart people out there, very intelligent, very bright, brilliant. Yeah, and you got things going on. Nothing wrong with that. But let me ask you, what could you do with another $100, $300, $500,000 for your business? Could you start something else? Why not get yourself in a position so next year when something shows up, you can have it? Right now, those of you know businesses out there that are struggling, a bar, beauty shop, small mom and pop store, you can even introduce them to us and we'll see what kind of loan we can get them. So far, we got a couple of people, the COVID business loan, $45,000, 30-year loan, a 30-year loan. And the interest is 3%. So you tell me. All we want to say to you is this. There is a way for everyone to win. This system that we have designed, even when you lose, you win. What if I told you, if you were with us before the COVID hit, that let's say your business did go south, even though you would lose, you'd still win because we show you how to go ahead and recoup, get back on track, and move forward, just like the big boys. See, all of you are intelligent, all of you are smart. And guess what? With the synergy and a group together that makes things move, the more powerful you become. There's nothing you cannot accomplish, not just by yourself. I know we live in a world of me, microwave this, microwave that. I'm sorry, but that's not how it works. People talk to you that way, and they sell you on that. I understand the millennials too. I mean, I've talked to a lot of them, but they really want the microwave right now. Let's have it. Let's make it happen. Well, the right now is every 90 days. Right now is every 90 days. The future is right now in the actions that you take. Even when I gave you the assignment what to do to set your company up for about $35 to get yourself going, and then about the tax ID, then we're getting the DUNS number. Man, you realize how much people charge you for that? They'll charge you almost $1,500 for that. Here, I said, cool. Next, we're going to start doing Zoom. We're not going to do. I'm not doing the Facebook anymore, or the Yahoo, or the YouTube. We'll put it on YouTube. We'll do. I think we're going to go more to YouTube Live. Facebook, I'm not sure about Facebook. You're all great out there, but here's the thing. Facebook, I think, is more for chatting with people, and I can appreciate that. YouTube, more is a lion's den of business. This is where you find out what you're made out of. But here, let me just say this to you. Your certainty is a new currency in the time of chaos. All this chaos, a lot of people have made some money in this chaos. There really is. There's so much money to be made in the chaos as long as if you have the certainty. Your certainty is a currency which people are willing to pay for. Those who are out there in Facebook land, you're brilliant, you're bright. A lot of you even sign up for these big home-based business things. Tell me how much money you really have made other than what they say that people make. Really? I can just tell you this much. When you get done with corporate credit building, corporate credit blueprints in 9 months, you'll have money that you can go spend on a real business and maybe a real home-based business that does work so you can do your research. And here I'm laughing at this. I've had a lot of people call me and with their programs and telling me this and want to sell me that. But there's one thing I ask them. Well, I tell you what, if you really believe that the product that I have is so awesome, why don't you build it and I'll give you 50% of it? And you know what they say? Oh, well, we don't do that because they're cowards. I'll call it straight out. They're cowards because if it was going to work, if their system was going to work, wouldn't they do that all day long? I would. If I knew my system worked, what do you think I was giving it to you free? Why do you think I gave you the beginning, the first 90 days for free? Because I know it works. But no one wants to reach out. No one even wants to call the office. No one even wants to go ahead and reach out and say, hey, give me a shout out. Help me through this. Okay, cool. I promise you the first 90 days. If you want, on top of that, starting Wednesday, we're going to Zoom. Come to the Zoom class. Live. Answer questions. Real talk. None of this nonsense me trying to sell you underwear or shoes or, hey, buy this widget and you become a millionaire overnight. No, you're going to become a millionaire in 9 months. 9 months to 12 to 14 months, 18 months tops. Nothing wrong with that. But these other gurus out there say, hey, you know what? You know, Facebook this, Facebook that. I'm not saying it doesn't work. What I'm saying is it's not the numbers are telling you. I've had people call me, hey, I did this and I blew my money on this. See, that's what I'm talking about. If you have corporate credit, if you blew the money on something that was superfluous, guess what? Then the money you lost, at least you can write it off. Even people in trading, man, they're losing some of their butts this week. You have all the, oh yeah, we have this, we have that. I'm not saying again it doesn't work. But if it did work so well as they say, then why wouldn't they say, go ahead here, join us. All right, we're going to give you the ticker symbol. And guess what? Go place your bet and make the money and pay us. Because guess what? If it did work that well, everybody be doing it, right? Well, same thing with corporate credit. The only reason why it will work is if you do the work. This is the reason why I don't have a problem giving it to you free. I know it works if you work. I can do this all day long for you if you want. If you want to pay us, tell you what, you pay me $3,500. I'll set everything up, which means you're going to have to pay for your own corporation, though. You have to pay, you have to open your own bank account. I can't open it for you. Those are the things they have to count on you to do. I'll get the tax ID for you. I'll set up the DUNS number for you. I'll even order the product for you. If you let me use a credit card of yours to order it. See, there's things out there people think it's just that it's easy. It is easy. It's like going to the gym. Your first 90 days, you're always sore. It's like doing squats. If you don't do squats for a while, boy, I'm telling you, I don't care how old you are, whether you're 18 or 122. If you do squats, I don't care if you do squats 3 times a week, 2 times a week, you're still going to be sore. If you did 2 times a week for the next 20 years, you're still going to be sore because that's a big muscle. So same thing with building corporate credit. You're going to get sore as you grow. Okay, you get to $500,000. Okay, great. I'm telling you, once you hit $1 million, it's a lot easier than $100,000 in building corporate credit. I just want to really let you folks know that the reason why this is, when you would call it real talk, it's not because I love people. That's the kind of thing that kind of pisses me off. I love people, I really do, but yet they get smoked. I mean, I've been smoke screened on this, that, and the other thing. You get these businesses that promise you the moon, and you go invest your last bit of rent money, and now it didn't work. And it's not that you didn't work; it just wasn't what they really said. That's why I say all these people, hey, we'll go ahead and build you a business, but they're only going to build you a business that the business they know is they can succeed in. If they were really good in anything they did, guess what? They would say, no problem, let's take it on. We got you. That's why I said, hey, come on, we're going to do it free for 90 days. We got you, because I know it works. That's why Corporate Credit Blueprints is willing to do that. I call anybody out there right now that have all this YouTube stuff, Facebook stuff. Oh, I'm a coach. These people say, oh, they pay me $50,000 a month to go ahead and teach you how to go. I teach them how to do this. Really? I don't think so. I call you on the carpet right now. I call you on the carpet. I think all of us should get together and start calling those people on the carpet. Because you know what? They're not going to do what they say. There's only a few credit companies out there that will do what they say. Only a few. But I'm the only one that's willing to do it for free for 90 days. The rest will charge you. And then guess what? There's the 5 books of how to go ahead and get vendor credit, 7 books of getting vendor credit, 12 ways to get corporate credit. Okay, great. We all have that information. But my question is, again, do they teach you how to use a tax ID properly so you'll never bring the pain home again? All I want to tell you folks out there, take advantage of what's been given to you that works. Because I am the only one out there that's doing it. Go Google it. Google it. Excuse me. But go Google it. I'm telling you, you get real talk. I tell you, it was live. Everything's live. And on top of that, being under the weather, it's actually been a great thing for me. I've had a lot to look at, and a lot of things to see when I was going on. And I tell you, man, these YouTube guys are, I'm going to just straight out say they're a joke. I call them on the carpet on it. I don't care what happens. I guarantee you, if they meant what they say, they would take anybody's product. Because there's a lot of corporate credit building products, okay? But all of them are the basics. But again, do a lot of them teach about SS4? Not really. There's only one maybe, besides myself. Do they teach you how to go ahead and daisy chain? Does he even know what that is? Do you guys understand what that is? No. If these guys really were awesome who they say they are on this and that, and even these multi-level whatever it is, some work. But you know what? It's always a turnover. Here at Corporate Credit Blueprints, what I'm telling you in the beginning is the most foundation that you work, and people charge you for that. Here, I'm charging you, I'm asking you for your time free. And then I told you after that, we're going to get to a point, yeah, then it's time to charge you because now we're going to go to another level, start building the credit. Anyone can do the other stuff. I just want to say, you guys got to remember out there, there's so much out there that if you have the money and use it through use a corporate credit money, OPM, other people's money. You can do the real estate, you can do this, you can do that. I can go over to YouTube after YouTube after YouTube and look at all these real estate gurus. Where'd they go? Hey, we'll get you $150,000 in the credit cards and you can buy houses. Where'd they go? What happened? Man, I would tell you, man, get $150,000 and we're going to turn that into a million and a half. Don't waste it yet. Build. But oh no, people want that microwave stuff. And some of these stuff, I'm going to say, okay, great. I'll give it to them. Some of the YouTube products are probably okay, but I don't believe it's the numbers. And it's unfortunate. They take advantage of people in the time that are in distress, that have their home situation. They put their last bit of hope and dream in a product that doesn't do anything. Think about that. Here at Corporate Credit Blueprints, I'm giving you free, and the team thinks I'm crazy. Man, other people are getting money for this. I said, I don't care about that. I had to reach my own thing and go ahead and dip into the payroll to make the payroll. But that's okay with me. Why? Because I have corporate credit, so I can reach in there. But the thing is, building from the scratch. I even told you, some of you, how you get started for $35. Unincorporated. How to do it unincorporated for $35, get a tax ID, DUNS number, checking account, phone number, website, all that stuff that they will go at, people will charge you, but they will force you to spend, I don't know, maybe $300 or $400, $500, depending what state you're in. No, I want your success. Why? I want you to brag to say where you got it from. That's why. I'm not going to lie. I want you to say, hey, those guys actually showed me. I'm telling you, we really give up. I mean, never mind. We really care. Okay? Look, I'm a religious believing man, but all I can tell you is this. I understand some of the words and the words that have been taught a lot. I understand when it says, my people are still in bondage due to their ignorance. I'm not saying you're ignorant, but I'm saying is that all of us have a level of ignorance somewhere. We have a blind spot. We have a lack of courage because we don't have the right choice, or we don't have the right mentor. We're hoping and hoping for the microwave. Okay, this one product, it says $14.97 or $9.97 or $97 a month or whatever it is. This, I get 1,000 leads or whatever it is, and da 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 da. All I'm going to tell you, if these guys' things were so good, then where are they? Really, where are they for the products that some of you have? Oh, we're going to show you, but we're going to charge you. I tell you what, show us and have it works, and make an agreement. Okay, this works. I want a 40%, whatever it is. I pay them 40% all day long because there's no one out there, especially for what I have to offer. I can have way more than what the regular people offer out there. I will go against anyone. Next time I'm going to say who, because they only know a lot of the basic stuff, which is good. Their basics are strong. The foundation is strong. That I got to give it to him. He's really strong in the basics. But when it comes to in-depth, they don't have the depth now. How do you get a person off from home plate to a grand slam all the time? How do you show someone? Even when the storm comes, you don't run from it. You run to it because you're prepared. No one shows you these things. This is a deeper cut than the regular corporate credit. You even have this one guy. I like the guy. Okay, I'm not going to say his name because if I just say the first name, you might know him. I think he's a great guy. I like his stuff. I like his style. I like how he shows off. Um, that's not me, but I say I like it, and he's smart. But again, there's only a level. There's no depth after that. They're good at he's good at what he does, and I refer people over to him. He doesn't even know it, but I have, and that's for the personal credit stuff. And on top of that, it's true. What some of I'm gonna tell you, 99% of the stuff he says is true. I've checked it out, monitored it, and everything else. 99%, I'll give it to him. His corporate stuff, a little weak, but that's another conversation. But all I'm saying is, if he's got now, he's the only one I have to say. I'll tell you what, he's the one that I think was charging $1 or maybe $7 for this course he has. Good course, and well, the dollar was well invested if you were willing to do the work. So that I got to give to him. But other than that, I'm telling you, folks, you have all these people on Facebook, YouTube. Hey, if you have this, you want a 30-minute person to go ahead and take time off your thing, we'll show you how to do that. Well, then show us. And then after the results, charge the results. There's nobody out there doing that. Again, at Corporate Credit Blueprints, we've done that for you. We've given that to you for free. Also, to get a DUNS number for Dun & Brad to start your whole credit profile over, even if you're a low-life varmint and your life doesn't work that well for you right now because your credit is so bad, guess what? You get to start over with a tax ID number, with a DUNS number, breath of fresh air. I just want to say to you folks, reason why there's Real Talk tonight, I'm looking forward to having a Real Talk Wednesday with question and answers. I'll take anybody on. I don't care. I have nothing to hide. On top of that, guess what? I'll have the correct answers. I guarantee you, if I ask anybody, even you Google the number one credit thing out there right now that pops up on the YouTube, then that's probably who I would be glad to ask. He does not know. I guarantee it. He's never investigated that far. He's only covered the surface. His crews only covered the surface, not the depth. They only give you the surface. Now his surface is tight. His surface is tight, and I like his surface. It's tight, but there's no depth to keep you out of trouble when the storm comes, because the storm is coming. You live in a world that is not perfect. You live in a world that has chaos. Look what happened. Man, the coronavirus exposed everybody their weaknesses and their strengths. Some of you got hammered, and praise God that you get out of it. And some of you made it through and you make a living, you found the way. Well, there's a will, there's a way. Some of you did Tony Robbins's course with those other two gentlemen. But motivation sometimes is not enough. It's the action, knowing what needs to be done. Again, you are a lion. And what is a lion? A lion is one that does not lose sleep over the opinion of sheeps. You've got to remember that for yourself and your family. Even if you don't have a family, just yourself, your dreams, that burning sensation you have inside for succeeding. It's not in there because it's not on fire. It's on fire because it's waiting to get out. And let no one steal from you. Any around you that says negative stuff, that's on them. That's their garbage, not yours. You remember your dream. Whether you're a man, woman, whoever you are. Women out there, why do you sit back? That's one thing. Women out should go ahead and take this on and say, great, what do I have to do to go ahead and really get my credit that I need to get going? I don't care who you are. Men are just ego-driven. They're just going to do it because they have egos. That's the worst thing. Women, you do it because you want to do it. And I'm telling you, I challenge any woman out there, or any woman entrepreneur that's even a Fortune 500 woman, or even one says they're a consultant and coach for women, empower. Well, guess what? Get on the seat and empower your women. Have them come to the free training so they see how it's set up right, so they can get the money they want. We're not charging for the first 90 days. I want to see you become a champ, the champ that you are. I already know who you are. You're a human being just like me, and you have burning desires, whatever it is. All I can say to you is this: you're going to be the certainty. You're the new currency in the time of this chaos. Look at all the stuff, the numbers coming back up with COVID and all this stuff, and the politicians and all this nonsense. It's time you stand up for yourself and grab your piece of the pie. Stop worrying about everybody else. All I want to say to you is that Dun& Brad number is also very important for your business and for your whole new future. Develop trade credit. Trade credit is going to be one of your best things as you go on. And I don't mean trading on the stocks either. But I do say this, if you're a stock trader, I have no idea why you're using your own money. I have no idea. Do you think the big boys, do you think that JP Morgan, do you think Bloomberg, all those guys are using their own money to trade with on the floor? Hello? Come on, wake up. Anyways, folks, I just want to say thank you for being here tonight, and thank you for listening to my rambling. There's some information important for you there I just want you to hear. But most of all, I'm really saying this because of the fact is, not only that do we really have great concerns for all of you out there in the public who even hear this tonight. Yes, I meant every word that I said, how I articulated it, and if it rubbed you the wrong way, God bless you if it did. Because I fear no man. You want to know why? Because no weapon formed against you shall prosper, and no foul word spoken against me shall prevail. And I'm going to tell you this. If you're going to sit back and complain about your life, then that's you being part of the world. Step out of the world and make the world the place that you want people to live in. And if you're a powerful woman, an entrepreneur woman that have other women leaderships, then start leading them. No woman should ever be broke. Spiritually, financially, mentally, emotionally, socially. Never. But at Corporate Credit Blueprints, again, we're the only one in the industry is willing and has taken the action to show you how to build your credit for free without charging you for it. Remember, think of all those places that say, oh yeah, we'll get your product to here and do all this. I mean, there's so many YouTube stuff out there that just drives me goofy sometimes. Oh, man. But they're not willing to put their money where their mouth is. We did, and we still are. It will end soon because the end of the year is coming. And I'm going to have a whole nother level coming out for next year. I'm going to just let you know this. We do love you here at Corporate Credit Blueprints. This might have been straight to the nose. And maybe somebody go, oh, who does he think he is? Who I think I am is a man that's delivering your information that's accurate. Because I can tell you anybody that says they're good at creating leads for you or doing this for you, if it was so true, and they're telling you we create leads for you or develop $150,000 a month, or you have high ticket items, whatever this is, they don't put their money where their mouth is. Oh, yeah, they do. Excuse me. They put their money where their mouth is, saying we give you a guarantee. No, we'll put our money mouth. They say they'll put their money where their mouth is. Why don't they put their money where their mouth is up front? Hey, okay, great. We're going to sign you up. Okay, we'll get you the leads. Boom. We'll charge you 60% of what you make. Okay, cool. I'll pay you 60% because then you delivered. Then I can brag for sure. But see, here at Corporate Credit Blueprints, we've done that for you. We've done that for you. We've taken you from the beginning steps for those of you that are on a shoestring budget, and there's no reason for any of you ever to be broke. But we've come to you and given you the free stuff that people charge you for 14 to 25 to $5,000 for. If you need someone to hold your hand for your dreams, I'm not going to say it. Then I don't know what to tell you. All I can tell you is this. If you have to have someone hold your hand for your dream to get you going forward, and if you like being a Hebrew slave, and nothing wrong with the Hebrews, I love them, but a Hebrew slave working for the man, using your time for money instead of money for your time, I don't know what to tell you. Some of you have been working out there way too long for another person. It's time to break the cycle. But you've got to start somewhere. Start building your corporate credit. Remember, I'm not here to be politically correct. I'm just here to go ahead and be correct and give you what you need so you can start your business at a low investment at no training cost. And the first 90 days when you start, in 90 days from now, you'll be in a whole different place by getting your first cards, maybe Staples, Office Depot. What if I tell you Office Depot and Staples, you have cash available? What if I tell you even if it gave you $2,000, at least you have $1,000 of cash available? to do something with. What if I told you that? How you say? Stay tuned. All right. Again, thank you for listening. And thank you for being patient for me coming back. I just want to say, first of all, I love all of you and all the Facebook people, all the YouTube people. If it offended any of you, I'm glad. I hope it did. You have my phone number right here. Call me. Call me on my bluff. Because I guarantee you, a lot of you out there I just called out and might offend you. I guarantee you your stuff doesn't work. So I am not afraid. I'll take anybody on. Now, with that said, I want to say I love you all. I love our crew. I love Corporate Credit Blueprint staff. I also want to say thanks to my partner as well. I also want to thank the people that came here tonight. I also want to thank you for those who are listening after this tonight. Thank you very much for being here. Looking forward to seeing you on Wednesday. And Wednesday, we'll send out the time on Wednesday, what time we're going to be there. All right. You folks have a great evening.